Good day and welcome to Flip TV News. My name is Dele. 200 people were murdered and Tinubu was talking like he was preparing for campaign rally, says Farotimi. Farotimi stated that it would have been better if President Tinubu had not visited Benue State. Human rights activist and lawyer Dele Farotimi has slammed President Bola Tinubu over his recent visit to Benue State after armed herdsmen killed over 200 persons last week. He kicked against the red carpet reception and speech of Bola Tinubu during his visit to Benue State. According to him, Tinubu was there acting as if it's campaign time instead of mourning with the people. Speaking during an interview on Channels Television's The Morning Brief on Thursday, Farotimi stated that it would have been better if President Tinubu had not visited Benue State than to visit the state and remain unfeeling towards the plight of its people. According to him, Tinubu's speech was without remorse as he spoke like he was preparing for a campaign rally. Farotimi said the only person who said anything worthy of note during Tinubu's visit to Makurdi, the Benue State capital, on Wednesday, was the 30V James Ayate, who described the attacks as a calculated, well-planned, full-scale genocidal invasion and land-grabbing campaign by either terrorists and bandits. He said, "I must say very quickly that it would have been better if the president didn't go. The only thing worthy of anybody's time was the words of the Tortive, who spoke extensively to the reality of the situation on the Benue trial and spoke eloquently to the pains of the victims. Other than that, all the president had to offer were mere windows into his preoccupation and what truly concerns his aides and assistants. On Benue, they knew exactly what was of importance to the president, so they ensured that they put up the necessary theater for 2027. The death of over 200 people did not count much. They were mentioned only in passing, and you'd have been excused that it was a political event. The primary reason the state exists is to protect the lives and property of the citizens. We've almost lost our capacity to be shocked. 200 human beings were murdered, and the president went to Benue and was talking as if we were preparing for a campaign rally. It was more or less that they went to dance on the graves of some of whom may not even be identified. Let the state begin to protect the lives and property of the citizens. Thank you for listening to Flip TV News. Do enjoy the rest of your day.
Listen to watch the video from Benue. So I was compelled to listen to the president. I listened to the governor, and I heard the compelling words of the Tortive. And I must say very quickly that it would have been better if the president didn't go. The only thing worthy of anybody's time are the words of the Tortive, who spoke extensively to the reality of the situation in the Benue Trough and spoke eloquently to the pains of the victims. Other than that, all the president had to offer were mere windows into his own preoccupation and what truly concerns his aides and assistants. In 2018, February, when Buhari went to Dapchi, you would recall that they ensured that they went with the red carpet so that when he came out of his limousine in Dapchi, he could step onto a red carpet. In Benue, they knew exactly what was of importance to the president, so they ensured that they put out the necessary theater in preparation for 2027. The death of over 200 people did not count for anything much. They were mentioned probably only in passing. You would have been excused for thinking that it was a political event, and the president did make it sound as if the problem was a political one that should be resolved politically, even though I thank the Tortive for ensuring that in spite of the comical clapping that revealed a Kafkaesque dystopian reality in our society, where in spite of the fact that over 200 persons have just been brutally murdered and burnt in their homes, persons could still find the idiocy to be clapping over everything and anything, almost in a manner that even challenges one's sanity. But that's where we find ourselves, unfortunately.